Hi friends, once again I am here with you, and it seems the democracy of the country is going through its worst phase. The judiciary, bureaucracy, and Godi media all are dancing on the flute of the government. The government run by Prime Minister Narottam Modi, which was termed as modern Nero once upon a time by a Supreme Court judge. First, we read out what recently the Chief Justice of India, Mr. N.V. Ramana, said in his recent speeches. On June 22nd this year, while addressing at the annual meet of Indo German Chamber of Commerce in Dortmund, Germany, he said that you can trust the Indian judiciary for its absolute independence and its inherent constitutional strength to treat all the parties equally and equitably. The Indian judiciary is recognized for giving paramount importance to the rule of law. It guards the constitutional rights in the world's largest democracy. Indian judiciary delivers justice to one and all. Again on July 2nd, while speaking at a felicitation organized by the Association of Indian Americans in San Francisco, USA, Justice Ramana says political party in power believes that every government action is entitled to judicial endorsement, and the opposition expects the judiciary to advance their political positions. However, judiciary is answerable to only constitution, and we try to understand whatever CJI Ramana said in context of what is what happened during Maharashtra crisis and what is awaited on July 11 when the next hearing is due in Supreme Court. Try to understand the ecosystem of ED and the money power endorsed by BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis, the Supreme Court, and the governor. This ecosystem has hijacked the democracy in Maharashtra. First, the MLAs of Shiv Sena were pressurized through Enforcement Directorate, questioning them 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day in their offices. Their house and offices were searched by ED and IT officials, and it had broken their morale. The perception raised among the Shiv Sena MLAs that if they remain in Mahavikas Aghadi government, their economic, their financial interest cannot be safeguarded. They will be targeted by central agencies. And it was further pushed by the money offered by Devendra Fadnavis, who is said to be the main architect of the split in Shiv Sena. Once the deputy speaker issued the notice to rebel Shiv Sena MLAs on their membership issue for anti-party activities, the rebel MLAs went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court stays the deputy speaker proceeding till July 11. But in the past precedent, it was observed that Supreme Court came into the picture once the speaker made their decision on the membership of legislators for anti-party activities. But here, going against the past precedent to give the protection to rebel MLAs, Supreme Court stayed the hearing of Deputy Speaker, the earlier Deputy Speaker of Maharashtra Assembly. Then, next day, Devendra Fadnavis went to Governor requesting to ask Uddhav government to prove the majority on the floor of the assembly. In response of that, the governor asked the Uddhav government to prove the majority on very next day. Then Uddhav went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court denied giving any extension to Uddhav government. This is so weird that at one hand the Supreme Court stayed the proceeding by Deputy Speaker to decide the membership of rebel MLAs of Shiv Sena. On the other end, it went ahead with governor order to Uddhav government to prove the majority on the floor test. And it said that it cannot intervene in the order made by governor office. And why did it interfere in the order made by deputy speaker office? That is also a constitutional post. So this entire ecosystem successfully hijacked the government, Uddhav government of Maharashtra. And now, in a dramatic move, Eknath Shinde was made the CM, and Devendra Fadnavis, who is said to be the first Agniveer of India, became the deputy CM of Maharashtra. What was said about Uddhav Thackeray, that he was not meeting to Shiv Sena MLAs, he was giving more fund to NCP and Congress MLAs, all are bogus allegations to justify the split, to justify joining the agenda of BJP, which does not want any opposition government in any of the state. Uddhav Thackeray have been a moderate CM, have been a well governed state, and worked day and night during Corona, which were under severe attack. The number of in terms of number of cases and in terms of death. And no political party goes away after one split or after coming out of the power. Shiv Sena will go to the field, will go to the workers, will raise the issue of common people, and again in the next election it will rise. It will rise with its numbers and can form the government also. Next, we come on the judiciary functioning in context of what CJI Ramana said, and judiciary functioning in terms of the denial of bail to the activist, the people who raised the question against Modi government, the people who protested against Modi government, the people who are the Muslim face, the moderate Muslim face in the country. And the first name what I read out is Siddiq Kappan. He was arrested on 5th October 2020 by the Mathura police while on the way to Hathras village to meet the rape victim families. The girl was raped and murdered. It's the duty of a journalist, a reporter, to report such horrific incident and meet the victim's family. What is wrong in that? Since then, the Siddiq Kappan is still in UP jail. He is languishing in UP jail for just attempting to meet the victim's family. And the charges made against him that he was not doing his journalistic duty in a proper way. The next, Umar Khalid. He was arrested in September 2020 in a case under UPA for allegedly being one of the conspirators of February 2020 Delhi riots. We all know who was the conspirator of 2020 riots. Kapil Misra, BJP leader, who openly instigated the crowd. The minister Anurag Thakur, who instigated the crowd, देश के गद्दारों को गोली मारो dash dash dash, and all are roaming free. Not even FIR was not registered against them, and the court repeatedly denied the bail to Umar Khalid in a fabricated case against him. The next is Sharjil Imam, who is believed to be the pioneer of Shaheen Bagh protest, a 100-day long protest in the capital organized against passage of Citizenship Amendment Act by the Indian Parliament in December 2019. He was arrested in January 2020 on charges including sedition and UPA in 5 states. He is facing 8 cases in 5 states. His father died of cancer. Only a sister and a mother is left in the family, and CJI Ramana giving the wonderful speeches all over the world on Indian judiciary, on the functioning of Indian judiciary, how it treats equally. Again, it has become an ecosystem of government and judiciary. They talk wonderful things about themselves, and in reality, on the ground, they work just opposite to that. If The Indian judiciary treats everyone equally, then why Sadiq Kippan, Umar Khalid, Saljil Imam, Sanjeev Bhatt, Tista Sitalwar, R.V. Sri Kumar, 16 activists in fabricated Bhima Koregaon case are still under in jail? Why they have been denied the bail? What is their basic right? On the other hand, the lady which has been behind the fire, which single handedly put the fire in the country. It's not I am saying, it has been said by the Supreme Court. And that lady Nupur Sharma is still free, still roaming free. And other people have been booked on fabricated cases like Muhammad Zubair. He's a well known fact checker. He was exposing the propaganda of Godi media. He was exposing the lies. He was exposing the agenda of Muslim religious gurus on TV channels. And he has been fixed by the government. He has been arrested for a tweet made in 2018 on a film released in 1983. Again, a laughable case. It is an absurd that the judiciary is not taking notice. The government is not acting as par with constitution, and denying the cases against these activists, journalists, ex-bureaucrats. So the future of the democracy seems in danger, in a huge danger, when the rest three pillars except the government has become the extension of the government. The judiciary, bureaucracy, and the parliament working to serve the agenda of Modi government. They are not independent. And that makes the Indian democracy in a great danger, where journalists fear of speaking and writing anything against the government, where the bureaucrats fear if they take action against Hindu extremists, they can be suspended, where the judges fear of the fate of Judge Loya if they pronounce the verdict against the Modi government. And it has not happened overnight. Since 2014, once the Modi government came to the power, it's working on this agenda. One by one, it has paralyzed all the constitutional institutions of the country and running the government like corporate, which can hire anyone, which can fire anyone, which can buy anything, which can sell anything. Even The good corporates have some ethics, but the Modi government does not believe any kind of ethics, and its poor performance, its misgovernance, its misconduct is covered by its propaganda. It's day and night propaganda. It's lies in every speech, and we have to tackle that propaganda. We have to speak. We have to write against that propaganda. It's the duty of the every Indian to protect the country, to protect the democracy, to protect the constitution inherited by our forefathers. And until unless there is social harmony in the country, there is peace and stability in the country, there is if there is respect for democratic values, we cannot achieve the goals set by our forefathers. Thanks for watching. Meet you soon.